Hey, what's going on, everybody? Your boy DJ Steady Bottles. I got a comment right here by Jason Rankin. He says, "Hey, bro, I'm about to pull the trigger on the 6 Best Par 60s and 6 Rockville wedges. I noticed that you have an 8 American DJ myDMX Go. I want to get that as well. Would you suggest pairing them with the Rockvilles? Thanks." That's a good question. So check this out. I'm using myDMX Go, and I had to create a what is it, like a profile for that light, because it doesn't exist on myDMX Go. So I created that. It took me a while to figure it out. After that, it works great. Everything works great. If you watch my video, I have a video here, and I used myDMX Go for the first time at a live gig. Watch this video right here and check out the lights, the way I set up the scenes. Check it out the way I did the strobes. I love it. I heard comments about people saying that myDMX Go shut down, it loses connection. I heard that, all kind of stuff. So I haven't had that issue yet, and I have an old tablet. Here goes my tablet. I have one of these old Samsung Galaxy Tab. It's like one of the first ones, and I use it at a gig. I mean, the distance was probably from here to my speakers right here. It wasn't that far, but I didn't have no lag. I didn't have any issues. But about the wedges here, these wedges, when I bought them, I had some issues with them, and I'm going to talk about these wedges. They work, but here was a problem that I had with them. Maybe I got a bad batch. Maybe something happened. Maybe they rushed it on assembling them. But when I first got them, this bad boys was making a rattling noise. See, it doesn't make it no more. So I called Rockville, and I told them that it was making a rattling noise. And they asked me, does it work? And I said, yes. He goes, does it function? I said, yes. He goes, well, we cannot exchange them. And I said, what? And he goes, well, if they work, we cannot exchange them. He goes, so I said, what about the rattling noise? He said maybe there's something like a piece of wire in there that when they was assembling them, a piece of wire was in there. Maybe it's a screw that got, he'll just tell me all kind of stuff. So I told him what happened if I open it up. The guy said, I wouldn't suggest you opening it up. But I did anyways, and I found out that the antenna inside was just loose. So it was just wiggling around. So they just put it on the side right next to one of the boards, and it got loose. So what I did, I just kind of put it back on the side of the board, and it got tightened up again, so it's not loose no more. But I noticed that when I was at a party, if you check out this one gig that I did on my videos, this one right here. Let me go to this one gig. It was a Sweet 16. If you check out this one right here that I just did a while back, it's a Sweet 16. It was a dust storm. One of my lights wasn't communicating with the other lights. I noticed that it was going off on its own. So I was saying that's kind of strange. I had them all linked up together. It shouldn't done that. So what I did, I came home and I started investigating. And what I found out that every light has a different range. They don't go the same distance. I noticed that this one right here is the weakest range. I took it outside in the backyard, and I set one up like, I set up the master to the end of the yard, and I started moving them over. When I started losing connection, I put it down on the ground. I said, okay, here was a range for this one. And I did that to all the lights, trying to figure out the range. So this is the weakest one. This one, the furthest it goes outside in the yard, it went about 10 feet, maybe 20 feet before it lost connection. I'm going to show you right now. So let's put on something real quick. Let's do this right here, fade. So this right now is fading, right? It's connecting. So when I start taking it from a distance, what you're going to see. Let's go, take a walk. So right now it's connected. See the way it's green? That means it's connected. When this one here switches a different color, that means it lost connection. You see that? And I'm not even that far. Look at the distance. Now start blinking. See that? Watch. See it stop? It lost connection. Let's go back some more. See that? It lost connection. So that's the only problem I have with these lights, is that it loses connection. Like I said, maybe the antenna, maybe, I don't think I did anything wrong with it. Some of these lights are, I could take it apart and figure it out. Maybe the antenna's loose. Who knows? But I noticed that some of these loses. And look, I'm not even that far from my equipment. My equipment's just right there. I'm probably like maybe, see, lose connections. Watch. Let me back up. So I figured out that some of these see lost connection already. There it is. It's going back on. I backed up a little. See? Lose connection. So I figured out the range. This is the weakest one. So I put a sticker underneath. The 2 misses is the weakest one. Here goes the master, that's 1. Here goes 2. So I try to put this one as closest to the master as possible. You know, like if I'm in a room, I'm gonna put it like maybe right next to it. You know, so it won't lose connection. So I kind of figured a workaround. I mean, Rockville is not gonna take my lights back, but besides that, I love these lights. You know, the battery lasts a long time. And when I kind of noticed when I started doing the sound activated mode, I noticed that one light maybe will lose connection. I said, this light, something is wrong with it. So that's when I started experimenting. I checked the range, and I noticed that every single light has a different range. One light, it goes 100 feet. That sucker is like, it goes way out there. I love that light. And some other guy on YouTube, he tested the range, and his lights went far. Like maybe couple houses down. I was like, holy cow, maybe he got a good batch, maybe I got a bad batch. You know, the thing is that when these things are selling like hotcakes, they assemble them kind of quick, and the quality goes out the window, you know. So right now I notice that Rockville is not selling any more of these wedges. They're out of stock. I want to buy some more. I want to buy 10 more. I still love them. I'm still going to buy some more. Like I said, once you figure out the little things that are wrong with the lights, you know, either you're going to live with it or you're going to, you know, either exchange them or, you know. But for me, the range, because usually when you use them for uplighting, you're going to put them like from this distance maybe to right there. And then maybe over there. You know, you're not going to go that far unless the master is going across the room. You know, that's when, if you lose connection, that's when you're going to have problems. And that's kind of where these lights are supposed to do the trick. You know, it's supposed to have a nice range of you know, 200 feet or whatever. So that's the problem I have with them. I haven't done a big gig yet. I'm doing a wedding this weekend, and I'm gonna test them out. I'm gonna check them out. So that's where it's gonna either tell me, you know, or it's gonna tell me, you know, to invest in more money on these wedges, or it's gonna tell me, yeah, maybe I got a bad batch. You know, who knows? But like I said, I'm gonna put the master, like somewhere, and I'm gonna put the ones that have the low range right next to it, so it won't lose connection. And I'm gonna hook up my DMX Go to them. So now the signal's gonna be coming out of my DMX Go. So wherever the lights are across the room, I'm gonna see if it reaches those lights. You know, I'm gonna see when they move with the beat. I'm gonna see if they drop the signal. I'm gonna see, you know, I like to do experiments like that. I mean, I hate to do them on a live party, but you know, hey, sometimes you have to do what you got to do. And sometimes people don't even notice them, because when they lose range, when they lose the connection, what happens is these lights just go to a different color. You know, it's not like it's gonna go off. It's just gonna go to a different color. They're not gonna be synced. That's the only problem, is that for me, I could see them across the room, and I'm like, okay, that one's not synced. That one's not doing this. You know, they're not doing the same thing. You know, and then I go check and see the channels are correct. And the channels are correct, you know, then that's when I start kind of, but like so far I noticed that the range is different from the lights. So would I recommend these lights? You know, so far that's my only two problems, is that I had a loose antenna. I'm not sure, you know, me tampering with the antenna, putting it on the side of the board, causing interference. Maybe I might just go back in there and just let it loose again the way it was, because it was just right on the side, just going up and down, rattling. If you open up the inside, the antenna's connected to a wire. And the antenna, actually, I could, there's a hole right here. I'm sure I could kind of squeeze the antenna out here and connect it. Because the antenna is just right on the inside, just hanging around on the side. If I take out these 2 screws, this one, and this one, take the board out, the antenna should be right here on the side somewhere. Just hanging out. Connected right on the side to the board. And that's where the reason why I did that, because its master had it like that. Because when I opened it up, I noticed that some lights wasn't rattling, so I opened up one that was rattling and one of them that wasn't rattling. I compared it, and I noticed that the antenna was kind of on the side of the board. So that's the reason why I did that. Like I said, I don't think I did anything wrong to the lights. Maybe I just got a bad batch. But this one right here, number 2, now that I marked it, I know that number 2 is the weakest link. So far it's going to get voted off the island if it keep on doing that, because he's the weakest link. But yeah, for now, would I recommend these lights? They're still good. Like I said, maybe the range, maybe it's the interference. Like if you see this 1 gig right here, the birthday party I just did last week. Watch this video right here. Here goes where I really test out my DMX Go for the first time. On this one right here, I had the wedges on a distance. They were doing their own thing. And since I kind of figured out the range, I kind of put the weakest link next to the master. So let me check it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me mute it. See, like right here. Let's go back some. I probably have a weak internet signal. Okay, right here, the guy, the birthday boy, told me if I could turn off the wedges because they were playing their game back there. So I turned off my wedges. I didn't have the wedges on. And I control them with the remote control. Let's go back. See, right here I have the wedges on. So this one was the master. I had this one as the master. And I had my speaker right here. So they were moving on the sound activated. And the weakest link was right here. So this is only a few feet away. Maybe like 10 feet away. So this is the weakest one. And the strongest link was way right next to me. Because I had some at the door entrance. There was a door entrance. I had some out there. And those lights were working fine. This light in the corner, all of them were working fine. Once you figure out the range, you can start setting them up, you know, from the weakest to the strongest. The strongest, you could put them out further. So that's kind of how I did figure it out. And like I said, would I recommend these lights? Sure, they're like $100. So if you want to spend $100 and take a chance, or you want to spend $300 and buy the top brand names, you could. It's up to you. Like I said, that's the only problem I have with them, is the antenna was loose and the range. So far, the range is it's kind of lagging. I was hoping they were all 100 feet or something, you know. But hey, so far that, you know, like I said, I figured it out. So I'm gonna always keep the weakest one close to the master. And my DMX Go, I'm gonna try it again this weekend at a wedding, and I'm gonna hook up the wedges to it, and we're gonna see if I get any droppage. Would I recommend that my DMX Go? I heard a lot of issues. People are complaining, saying that the signal drops. Like sometimes it hangs up. You have to reboot the tablet. I heard a lot of stuff. I haven't had that issue yet. You know, when I'm at home playing with them, trying to set it up, I do kind of, you know, I have issues with it, but because I'm messing with it, you know, I'm testing it out. But when I use it at this gig, every button worked like a charm. You know, I hit, you know, the strobe, it came on. I hit this one, it came on. I hit that color, it came on. There was one time where I did a blackout, and I forgot to remove the blackout, and I was wondering what happened to my lights? What happened to my lights? And I started panicking, and you know, I did a blackout. So that's the only problem, is that, you know, you got to get used to it. And once I realized at the blackout, I turned it back on. Yeah, besides that, it works great. I haven't had no problems. I'm gonna do it again this weekend, and I'll let you know. This time it's gonna be a bigger venue. It's not gonna be in a house. It's gonna be in a big. It's gonna be a wedding. It's gonna be a pretty big reception hall. So I'm gonna take my wedges and my 6 pars, my best pars, and I'm gonna try it out. All right, this is your boy DJ Steady Models, and thanks for watching. I'm out of here. I'm gonna hook up my junk. Oh, and something else. For this wedding, they didn't want no lights because they said it was the hall is too small. But then the truth came out. They're on a budget. So, what I'm gonna do, I just ordered them. I got some old school Altos, one of the first ones. This is TS 110s. I think the 310s are out. This is like one of the first ones that came out. I had them for like 7 years already. This thing works awesome. These speakers, I never had issues with them. And a while back, I sold all my what I had some JBLs. I forgot what it was, but I had some Crown amps. I had 2 Crown amps. I think one of them was like 2,000 watts and the other one was like 1,000 watts or whatever. I had one for my subs and one for the tops. But anyways, I got rid of those and got some power speakers. This is my first power speakers I bought because they were really cheap. They were like, I think I paid like $200 for them, for the pair or something. I forgot. But I couldn't believe how loud they are. Those suckers are loud. They be cranking. And the bass, the suckers have some serious, little suckers have some serious bass. So I'm gonna take this for the wedding. And since lady was complaining, well, not complaining, she was telling me that they're on a budget. Finally came out that they're on a budget, and she wanted to kind of opt out on the lights. But I'm gonna, she wants the wedges, but she didn't want no big old light show. Because I charge all that, I charge for lights and all that, you know. So I said, all right, well, I'll take the uplighting. Up on these Altos on the top, they have 2 screws where you hang them up to the ceiling or whatever. They're like these right here. These 2 screws were right here. But they're on the top of the speakers. So I found it on Amazon. There's a T-bar that goes across and screw right in. A T-bar. So I ordered 2 of them. So next time when people tell me, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna start doing that to all my gigs. I'm gonna take them with me. I ordered 2 T-bars. I'm gonna put one right here with the Best Par right here, Best Par. I'm gonna put either my Spider or my Kenta, and over there another Best Par, the laser. And I'm gonna put the black light right above it too. I'm gonna buy the old clamps and clap them all. So I'm gonna experiment with that, and you know, I'm gonna try it out. I order them. They should be here tomorrow. So when they come, I'm gonna bolt them on. I'm gonna test them out, and this way I won't have to take my T-bar with me and raise it up and crank it up. And you know, this one I could just put them on the lights. And I kind of like them because you could spread them out a little more, and they won't be all crowded, all 4 lights crowded, you know. So I kind of spread them out, and if it works out, you know, maybe if I have another gig, like a bigger gig, I'll take the T-bar and I'll have this T-bar on the speaker, and the other T-bar on that speaker, and the T-bar in the middle. I don't know. I'll check it out, but you know, I try to take. I want to stay as. I don't want to get too big. You know, I don't want to get too big and too crazy. Right now, I'm just doing small gigs. You know, like house gigs, Sweet 16s or whatever. Small gigs. You know, I don't like doing big gigs because I got rid of all my junk. And today, the lady for the wedding is coming over my house because I don't have an office, and we're going to talk about her wedding. And she wanted to use a wireless for the priest, like a wireless mic. So I had to look for mine. I'm gonna, you know, I don't know. I just got them already. I'm gonna take my sub. I have a sub. Like I said, a lot of people like to talk bad about these Altos. These Altos, man. But these Altos, man, they really pump. These bad boys, man, they make my whole house vibrate. And this ones I hear, these suckers are loud without even the subs. They got some serious sub in it. Some serious bass. And a lot of people like to make fun of Altos. They say that they're cheap brand, and I haven't had no issues. They never shut down on me. I had them for 7 years, and look at that. They're still looking in great condition. They got a couple scuff marks, you know, a couple scuff marks. But besides that, these suckers, man, they bump. And I heard that the new series, what are these called? The TS, I heard the 310s, the 315s, they even bump even louder. I heard that they're 2,000 watts each. This one I hear, I think this one's I never looked at it, But the things they bump. Let me see what they say. I can't see. It says 300 watts. Oh, they say yeah, peak is 600, so they're about maybe half of that, 300 watts. That things are loud. Man, I've been using them at, you know, like I said, I've been doing small gigs, and I've been taking either these or my EVs, but sometimes I'm gonna leave the EVs home. I'm gonna take the subs this weekend. Yeah, that's about it. Your boy DJ Steady Manos. And do I recommend those bad boys? Like I said, that's up to you. But I'm gonna get 4 more because I'm still happy with them. The battery life are great. They last a long time. I probably could do 2 gigs without charging these bad boys. The Best Pars. I noticed that the master always, the percentage of the battery goes quicker because it's doing the work, and the slaves are just copying whatever. So at the end of the party, let's say if I'm doing 4 hours, the master ended up being at 40% or 30%, and the slaves still at 60%, you know. So, but when I used my DMX Go, when I used it, both Best Par, the Best Par 60, the battery life on those suckers are like 60%. So, like I said, I don't know. So I'm gonna try it on this weekend. I'm gonna try these bad boys. I'm gonna try the Best Pars. I'm gonna do nothing but uplighting with my DMX Go, and I'll let you guys know how I'm gonna upload that video. Of course, probably on Sunday or whatever. So I'm out of here. Your boy DJ Steady Manos, and it's time to go in the mix. Peace out.